Murder rates 60% higher in Democrat-run counties, study finds. Well, I'm gonna be honest. I knew it was higher, but I did not know it was this darn high in Democrat-ran cities. I mean, this is more evidence to show that Democratic or liberal policies are horrible for people, horrible for Americans, and I don't understand why people are still voting for these people that are destroying their counties and cities. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my merch store. Also, check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for news as well. All right, let's talk about this news. A recent groundbreaking study reveals that counties governed by Democrats experience a substantially higher murder rate with a 60% increase compared to Republican-led counties. This research, conducted by the Heritage Foundation, effectively refutes a widely propagated notion among prominent liberals that red states exhibit the higher homicide statistics. As reported in the study by Kevin Dioratna of the Heritage Foundation, murder rates in blue counties have surpassed those in red counties since 2002. Diorenta explains that relying on state level data for homicides is misleading due to the localized nature of crime prosecution. Governor Gavin Newsom of California, a Democrat, has publicly claimed that 8 of the top 10 murder states are red. Conversely, billionaire and Democratic donor Soros argued in a Wall Street Journal article last year that violent crime has been increasing more rapidly in areas lacking reform minded prosecutors. Soros contends that murder rates have surged most in Republican led states with tough on crime leaders. However, Dioratna, the report's author, along with former research assistant Alexandra Gage, pointed out that studies cited by the Democrats also make the same case about state level murder rates. These studies, including a recent one by Third Way titled The 2 Decade Red State Murder Problem, employ a flawed methodology. This method's flaw lies in treating crime as a local issue, necessitating an analysis at the local level. So they in their study they're actually looking at it locally. Dianata uh, explained to Fox News that discussing murder rates at the state level doesn't make sense because these crimes are handled locally by local police and prosecutors. To gain a meaningful understanding, one must examine the issue at the county level, where it becomes evident that murder rates are 60% higher in blue counties compared to red counties. The report underscores that drawing conclusions from the state level homicide data is problematic as each state comprises various law enforcement agencies and prosecutors with different approaches, often influenced by divergent political beliefs. Homicide rates by county demonstrate skewed distributions, with some counties reporting minimal or no homicides, while a few exhibit exceedingly high rates. Consequently, state level homicide rates can be disproportionately affected by the few counties, especially when their political leaning differ from the rest of the state. Diarentna further criticized Third Way's conclusion, suggesting that it did not account for changes in red and blue states' electoral behavior over the past 2 decades. Between 2002 and 2008, blue counties experienced an 88% higher homicide rate than red counties. Um, from 2014 to 2022, the difference decreased by a 62% increase. This blue county murder problem has persisted for a considerable time, according to Dioratna. He emphasized that the Heritage Foundation's goal is to provide a comprehensive and accurate perspective on the issue. Now, in previous studies conducted by him and fellow heritage scholars, uh, Cully, Stimson, and Zach Smith, it was found that among the 30 American cities with the highest murder rates, 27 had Democratic mayors, and at least 14 had prosecutors backed by Soros. Third Way countered that their analysis could not provide a complete county level view due to missing or suppressed data from many suburban and rural counties. They conducted a test to challenge the narrative, which involved removing the county containing the largest city from only the red states. This test still shows significantly higher murder rates in red states compared to blue states, even after the advantage provided to blue states was removed. Third Way maintained that updating the electoral map would only increase red state murder rates, and that's not true. They don't. They just basically caping for the left. We know that, but we know that blue ran, Democrat ran counties and cities, their higher murder rates, their higher crime rates. Everyone knows this, even though they try to pretend this is not true. The liberal way is not the way of the people. We need to be tough on crime. Criminals need to be arrested and locked up. Not and the police do not need to be defunded. And we're seeing now people the consequences of defunding the police. We're seeing now in these cities of what's happening and how bad it is in places like Chicago. It's getting worse. We see it in states like Minnesota. We see it in cities like Minneapolis. It's terrible. But let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.